Are you looking for all of the things to do in Phoenix this fall? Well, today I'm going to share a fun video with you. I'm going to give you a little bit of information about all the things to do in fall recommendations for shopping, dining, pumpkin patches, Halloween events, and more. So let's get to it. So if you're new here, welcome to our channel where we talk about all things Phoenix relocation, lifestyle, and real estate. My name is Brayden, and I'm on our real estate team here with my mom, and we have a lot of people relocate here to the Phoenix metro area. But if you're local, this video is for you as well, because we're going to be sharing a little overview of our Phoenix Fall Guide where we share all of our fun fall recommendations. It may still be hot in Phoenix, but we can really embrace the fall season and pretend like it is actually fall here, and just try to get into the spirit of cooler weather and the holidays. So we're gonna just give you an overview, and if you do want the full fall guide, it's about 18 pages long. I'm gonna have a link in the video description and the first comment where you can go and sign up to get that sent to you via email. You're gonna get a little ebook for that, and it's gonna give you so many recommendations, probably more than there is enough time for, but that way you can pick and choose what sounds fun and good for you to do. So let's talk about Phoenix in the fall and what there even is to do. Obviously don't have the same kind of fall weather as many places. We're nowhere near like a Vermont or some of the, middle of the country, some of the good weather that you guys have, cool weather, crisp leaves, you can wear sweaters and boots and all of that kind of stuff. We may not necessarily have that kind of weather, but we do still have, traditional fall events, just a little bit more, it's a little bit warmer. But you can also head up north out of town and experience some of these fall events and more fall-like activities, because when you head north about 2 hours, we have even more mountains, forest, and the weather is a lot cooler than down here in Phoenix. So if that is more your style, we're going to give you some recommendations for those areas and some things to do up north as well. Okay, so let's start with just the most anticipated, I think, for families, which is going to the pumpkin patch. So yes, we do have pumpkin patches here in Phoenix, and I have a full list in this guide for you of all of the different pumpkin patches we have. And even in Buckeye, Arizona, we have a pumpkin patch that also, they have beautiful sunflower fields, which are great for family photos around October. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely head there. That's Rocker 7 Farm Patch. But we do have pumpkin patches, and a lot of these pumpkin patches also may have corn mazes. They may have little like carnival type rides and things like that, or different fall events, maybe a little petting zoo, little markets. So depending on which one you go to, they all have a variety of amenities, but these are really fun, and most of these are going to open up the last weekend of October, which is going to, or September, I'm sorry, which is going to be also the first weekend of October, because October 1st falls on Sunday. So a lot of them are going to open that last weekend of September, first weekend of October, and they're going to be open, most of them all week, but of course a lot of those amenities and the events that they have are going to be on the weekend. So depending on if you like crowds or if you want to go to the events, during the weekdays, that might be a little bit less crowded. It's still going to be warm at the beginning of October, but hopefully it's cooled down a little bit. Maybe we're not, maybe we're closer to the 80s, fingers crossed for our weather. So that's one of the things. We definitely have the pumpkin patches. Haunted houses as well. I am not a kind of girl that is into haunted houses and scary things. I do watch true crime, but I just feel like it's different watching it versus experiencing a haunted house. We have lots of haunted houses here around the Phoenix area, and I don't have personal experience with them, but I have a list for you. So you're gonna have to check out reviews for yourself, because I'm not gonna go and check them out for you. But if you're into haunted houses, we do have a list in the fall guide of the haunted houses, and I think there's like 8 or 10 of them around the Phoenix area. In October, we do have, if you want to go up north, you can go up north to Prescott the weekend of the 13th and 14th. They have a country music festival at Watson Lake. So it's very family friendly. The weather is cooler, a really great outdoor event. So if you like country music and maybe you don't want to go to a pumpkin patch, but country music festival with the family, good food, good music, get your boots on and, be up north. That could be a really, really fun family, weekend or even a day trip if you want to head up north. It's not, for most of us here in the Phoenix Valley, it's not that far of a drive, depending on where you are. And you could leave early in the morning on Saturday and probably come back Saturday evening. And, you've got a nice long day trip. If you have kids, the kids will probably be tired, sleep really well, and just family fun outing for the day. We also have, the city of Anthem and some of the other cities are going to have events in October as well. Anthem has a really big Autumn Fest arts and crafts fair. So if you live in Anthem, this is like a Anthem City Carnival arts and crafts fair. They're going to have the carnival, a pumpkin patch. They're going to have food, music, all that kind of stuff. Later on in October, there is Boo Bash at Park West. So this is going to be like a hocus pocus in the park type of event and fun, kind of just holiday Halloween themed event in Peoria at the shopping area of Park West. The trick or treat event on Halloween, October 31st in downtown Phoenix. So if you want to grab your kids and go to, rather than like trick or treating in the neighborhood, you could go trick or treating downtown. That could be a really fun thing. I have never been to that. It's actually the first time I heard of the event when I was looking up some more things to add to this fall guide this year, but that could be a really fun thing if you want to go downtown and go trick-or-treating downtown. So we also have the Arizona State Fair, and that opens on September 22nd this year. And the State Fair is going to go through October 29th. So you have more than a month to get to the State Fair if you want for, somewhat questionable fair rides, fair games, of course, all the fried foods that you could want. They'll have music, and that's going to be, a pretty big staple here. The weather should be pretty good, but, again, in October, it's still going to be kind of warm, but if you live here already, you're probably used to it, and October weather is going to be just fine. Now, if you have little kids especially, October 6th through 31st this year at McCormick Ranch Railroad, or McCormick Stillman Railroad Park, excuse me. They're having the Halloween Spooktracula. So this is kind of like a haunted train ride, Halloween train ride for the kids. It is really good for kids of all ages. I have heard of like some little kids getting scared, but I think overall it's pretty family friendly. It is a kid event, family event, so it can't be anything too scary, right? But that is really fun. That's in Scottsdale, Arizona. Even if you don't live in Scottsdale, it's a really cool area. So if you want to, bring the kids, take them from whatever suburb that you're in, I think it's worth the drive, especially if you guys are like a Halloween family. Okay, so we have lots of different shopping and dining recommendations in the guide. So I have a whole thing with local boutiques and gifts. I think the fall time is a really good time to start shopping for gifts, the seasonal decor. So some of the top ones that I'm going to share here, Roca Boutique in North Glendale, Posh North Boutique, Screws and Sparkles. This is a really kind of like a local vendor consignment store, like a bunch of different local businesses all in the Screws and Sparkle store. That's in downtown Buckeye. They also do, when it gets closer to Christmas time, like I think it's around Thanksgiving, they open up for their Christmas event in the evening, and that is really fun. We went last year, and it was really good. Got some Christmas gifts, some local Christmas gifts. I like to shop local if you can. Sometimes it's not easy, but in a boutique like that, they make it really easy. In Peoria, there's 85 Local AZ. That's a really good gift shop as well, kind of the same thing. And then I have some more boutiques for clothing and whatnot in the guide. If you are looking for cozy cafes, sweet treats, and bakeries, I have that in the guide as well. So you can go to Well Coffee Co. in North Peoria. That's a craft coffee shop. It's really good, one of the best in the Northwest Valley. You can go to Sweet Tea in Surprise. They also have local businesses in their shop. Let's see, Pick Coffee and Clay. That's kind of unique. And there's Dapper and Stout Coffee Company, Union Coffee Company, Arizona, and Peoria. For bakeries, you can't go wrong with Boyer Bakery in Surprise, Arizona. They're a family-owned bakery. They're expanding. They just opened their cafe in Sun City as well. So they've got the Surprise location that they're expanding there. And then they have their Sun City location. So really, really good home-style baked goods. Coffee. I really, really like their Carmelo latte. It's a homemade or house-made Carmelo syrup flavoring. It's really, really good. They also have seasonal flavors, for fall and Christmas. So really, really good. Rue's Cake House is a really, popular cake house here. And I think that one is in Scottsdale, or it might be Central Phoenix. You'll have to check it out, but that's a good one. La Grande Orange. This is a really good bakery cafe. They have coffee, a little grocery store type thing, and that is in kind of like the Uptown Arcadia area, and really, really good. They have great omelets. If you like omelets and you're grabbing brunch or breakfast with some friends. And then we have Abbey Cakes. That's here in the West Valley, locally owned, women-owned, cake and cupcake place. They do events where they they teach you how to make something, which is really cool. Really like to see that. And there's even more. So if you want that whole list of all of the places, that's definitely get the fall guide. Check that out. Tons of places to check out, and they're all around the valley. I tried to include a good mix of places in this guide for you. Okay, fall day trips. So if you want to go up north to Page, Arizona, which is a small area, they have a local winery there. So it's called Page Spring Cellars. They also have events. You can do tasting. You can do the vineyard tour. I haven't been there, but it's like on my list of places I would like to go. Maybe need to go like without the kids, of course, because it's a winery. Don't know if it's really kid friendly. It could be, I don't know. But the photos look beautiful. I know people that have gone. They've shared pictures, and it's beautiful. So that is a fun day trip. About, I would say, 2 to 2.5 hours, depending on where you are in the Phoenix metro area. If you want to experience fall leaves, color changing, kind of get some fall scenery, you can actually drive up north. There's a couple of different scenic routes and areas you can go to where you can see fall scenery and go leaf peeping. So if you want to go to Sedona, Arizona, I included a trail that you can go on. That's an easy hike to do that. And also you can go up to Payson, Flagstaff, the Mogollon Rim in Payson. So I included driving details and hiking details for both. So if you want to get out in nature and you're like, I need to get out of the city, I want to experience true fall, head up north to some of these trails or some of these roads that you can drive in to see the scenery and just get out of the heat and experience, some really beautiful fall color, in the leaves and the trees and everything. Okay, there's a bucket list in the fall guide. And of course, this is going to be up to you how much you want to do or not, but that's just a fun thing. I included some, just different recommendations, like tips for hosting and, things to experience, all that kind of stuff in here as well. Okay. Halloween events. So there's a lot of different types of like trick-or-treating events and things like that. I'm going to run through a couple, but if you want the full list, because I don't want to be here forever, of course. You can get the guide, but there is October 14th, there's a Scottsdale Sparkle event. It's some kind of Halloween event. And then there is October 21st, there's a Spooktacular Fall Festival in Glendale. So it's in downtown or actually that might not be the downtown Glendale one. You can also go to the Phoenix Zoo for a spooky safari on October 25th. And then in Scottsdale on October 27th, they're doing the Spooktacular Hot Air Balloon Festival because the weather will be cooler. It's about to be hot air balloon season here. So that is really, could be a really fun event if you're into that. There's going to be a trick-or-treat bash October 27th in Gilbert. And then the weekend of, a couple of days between the 27th to the 31st, there's a ton of events in almost every single city for some kind of Halloween trick-or-treating or something similar type of event. So if you want to get that for your specific area, it's probably going to be included. There's almost every single city had one of these types of events. So if your city is missing and you get the guide and you're not sure where to look, you could always text or email us and we can find out for you if there is one of those events in your city here. Okay, because the weather's gonna be cooling down, fall dining and patio dining and getting drinks, it's much better weather to try to enjoy some patio dining, maybe even bring the dogs out and do, go to a dog-friendly patio. So there's a long list in the guide. Some of the top ones for recommendations, either from myself or from others, was the Porch Brewery in Chandler. Postino's, the Phoenix, Tempe, and Scottsdale all have great locations. Talavera, Scottsdale, that's a higher end restaurant. Oso Brewery, they also have a dog-friendly patio. That's in Paradise Valley. Peoria Artisan Brewery, it's in the city of Peoria. Hash Kitchen, they have a Peoria location. I also believe they have a Scottsdale location. They actually have two Peoria locations, I should say. And that's breakfast and brunch. And they do have the Bloody Mary bar if you're into Bloody Marys. The Sets and Social, that's new in Peoria. I got a watermelon salad when I went and tried it out. Really, really good. The Tipsy in Glendale. Short Leash Hot Dogs and Donuts in Phoenix. Again, another dog-friendly place. The Big, that's in Park West Peoria, and they have a North Central location, North Central Phoenix. And I believe they might have, it's either Chandler or maybe it's Scottsdale. I'd have to double check on the other location, but they have several locations around the valley. Flower Child, Desert Ridge, and Uptown Phoenix are my two preferred locations. And then Culinary Dropout in Tempe and Old Town. So there's a lot more than that. The only other one that I want to point out is JoJo's Shake Bar in Scottsdale. They are going to be starting on September 22nd. They're going to have the pumpkin patch with a retro Western fall decor theme, cowboy cocktails, caramel apples, specialty shakes. And then they're also going to be hosting mixology classes and pumpkin succulent workshops for the fall. So they are I don't want to say national because they're not all over the country, but they have a couple of locations. I think one of them is in Chicago, and a couple more, but we are lucky enough to have one in Scottsdale, and I saw the pictures from last year's and it looked really, really cute. So if you want to go, it's a good photo op, and if you like desserts and drinks, really fun place there. And of course, you could bring your kids and get, ice cream shakes and share with the family, and really good for photos, but also just, a nice little treat. I also have a list of dog-friendly fall events. So Second Friday Night Out in Mesa is a dog-friendly event, and that's every second Friday of the month. So I think they might also go through the summer months, but the fall season is the perfect time to start bringing the dogs out again to different things because they are not burning their paws at night. Or all day, out on the concrete and the asphalt. So there's a Popsicle and Pups Water Day in Gilbert, and also an outdoor art walk in Mesa. Tempe is going to be having a Paws and Paint night, which sounds fun. Scottsdale is going to be doing their fall concert series, and they said that dogs are invited. Gilbert is having Barktober Fest, which is fun. Boo and Brew in Scottsdale. Litchfield Park is going to be having a fall festival of arts. They said that's dog friendly as well. There's going to be a Phoenix Pizza Festival, the Pet-A-Palooza, the Day of the Dog in Scottsdale, and then Woof Stock in Chandler, Arizona. So these are all fun dog-friendly events. Not everybody has kids, or maybe they have kids and dogs, and it's just nice to get your dogs out to a friendly event if they are, good out in public and they like to go out and, not be left at home for everything. So really nice to know that we're having more of these dog-friendly patios and dog-friendly events around the Phoenix area. I also have a coupon in here for a local Gilbert woman-owned boutique. So if you want to shop local for yourself or for your friends and family, that will get you 15% off your first order. So definitely check them out. But there is a lot to do here in the fall, and lots of pumpkin patches, haunted house, Halloween events, but also great places to shop, eat, and drink, and events to go to. So there really is a lot to do. And while we may not have the fall weather that is what you think about when you're thinking about like the fall aesthetic, fall vibes, there's still so much to do in a lot of these cities. And this isn't even everything. If I put everything that there was to do this fall in this guide, I probably never would have published it because it would have been so much. So I figured, about 18 pages is probably good enough. Now, the one thing I want to say is every fall, my family, we go up to Mortimer Farms in Dewey, Arizona. This is right before Prescott. And they have Mortimer Farms, which has the pumpkin patch, and they have fall rides, they have fall shows, the petting zoo, food and everything. And it is really nice. Last year when we went, it was quite cold and windy on the day that we went, but we still enjoyed ourselves and had a really good time. We will either go up by ourselves or we'll go up with friends or our larger extended family. And it's really nice. My kids enjoy it. They like to, run around. They get dirty. They have like one of those like pillow jump things out by the pumpkin patch, so you can pick pumpkins. You can sometimes pick whatever seasonal fruits and whatnot are there at the time. Of course, you have to pay for them, but it's really nice. And the only thing that's not covered with your ticket to get in is the like special paid rides, but also like anything that you pick, pumpkin wise, and your food. So the little farm stuff that they have out, like the games and rides and like whatnot and everything, like that's all included. So if you want to bring your kids, have them release some energy, you want to get some photo ops in, it's a really, really fun family friendly event. And the weather is almost always better and cooler. If we haven't cooled down enough yet here in Phoenix to enjoy that kind of event, it's usually pretty good up there by the middle of October. So that is really fun. So that's my favorite thing to do. So hopefully this gave you a good idea of some of the fun things there are to do here in Phoenix during the fall season. And I'm really excited to share this fall guide with you. I make it every year and I just kind of expand on it. And while it's not everything, it should give you a pretty good idea and give you some recommendations of things to do. Whether this is your first fall in Phoenix or you've been living here for a while and you just want to know about some things to do, some places to eat, and get out and enjoy our cooling weather here in Phoenix and just embrace the season. I hope that you do that. So of course, you can get that guide. I'll put the link to sign up either or both in the description of this video. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. The description and also the first comment. And you're just going to go to the link, scroll to the bottom, and there's going to be a form on the bottom left where you're going to put your name and your email so I can send it to you. And then I will get that to you and you'll get the little ebook and you can pick out what you would like to go do and what's close to you or what you want to drive to. And if you have any questions about living in Phoenix, or maybe you're thinking about moving here and you want to, have more information on areas, you can always reach out to us. We are licensed real estate agents, and we specialize in helping people relocate and retire here in Phoenix, along with new construction. So reach out to us. You can call, text, email us, or if you want to DM us on Instagram, if you prefer that. We'll talk with you, set up a Zoom call, go over your lifestyle, budget, what you're looking for, all those things to help you either determine where to move in Phoenix and how to get that process started, or if you're comparing areas, we can help you in that as well. So I hope you have a great day, and I hope you enjoy fall here in Phoenix, and we'll see you on the next video.